Hello. Today we're going to continue our discussion on the Innovative Collection Development Toolkit, BIBS Analytics, new from BroadArt. And in particular today, we're going to talk about how you can use branch level ranks in a multi-branch system. So I'm going to open up a list of adult titles, some new and forthcoming titles. And as you can tell, I've got, let's see, 866 to make my way through. That is quite a large list. You can see straight away, I've got several right at the top that include niceties like cover art or annotations. I see the L icon telling me many of these are already duplicated on lists on my team. But what I'm not seeing instantaneously towards the top are a lot of reviews or starred reviews. So some of those little easier decision points that I have previously used are not instantly available to me. But what I do have, this first set of ranks, the system level ranks, an easy way to know what the midpoint of any of these titles would be in terms of their performance in a multi-branch system like this one here in California. This particular California library has over 35 locations. I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to go with a smaller catalog. And as you can tell, our titles at the top have changed because we are now looking into a different ILS. This is a 4-branch system in Arizona. And yes, I've still got some 9.2s at the top for my system level rank. And I can click the column header and see kind of what the baseline is for my list at that system level, anywhere from a 1 to a 9.2. But let's say I need to be really choosy. Let's see, I need to knock this down and only consider items that are greater than 6. All right, so I've cut it down significantly. I've cut it in half. Now it's time to make some branch level decisions. And this is where we really start to talk about precision as we get into BIBS analytics. Whether you are building owned collections for each location in your system, or perhaps first placement really matters in a floating context, what you're able to see with these branch level ranks is exactly how this title would perform based on how the community is using that location. This is really a way to get at community reading trends without having to do all of the data mining. It is the full power of our BIBS analytics calculation on display. And if you think about it in terms of where you may be buying multiple copies of a single title, there is some information here that can color that. May sound a little silly to say a book vendor wants to provide a tool that could actually help you buy fewer copies, but we are really concerned with breadth over simply depth just as much as we think our customers are as well. We still want you to meet demand, but we just want you to have a better sense of where the demand is at. So for this particular title, I can see that branch number 4, based on how the community uses this collection, how they have checked out similar content in the past, it's predicted to be a perfect 10. And branch number 2 is actually predicted to be a 7.5. Now, in my mind, a 7.5 is not bad, but what I will say that is so interesting about this, in this particular Arizona library system, branch number 4 is one of the smallest locations, if not the smallest location. And branch 2 is the main library. So it gives you a sense of how some of those guesses that we might make within our own library system, how some of those maybe don't hold as much water once you see what the data proves out. So I'm going to scroll down just a little more. Let's pick one of these 8s. I'm going with Dangerous by S.E. Fox. So here again, I can see branch number 4. There's a surprise again. This must be a great adult fiction circulation machine. And branch number 1, the second largest location, here again is a 7.5. So that's a way to make a branch level decision. But another way, one that I think is definitely important to talk about when we're talking about workflow, is with the use of an applied grid template. So I'm going to apply a grid template here. And what you can now see on my screen is that same title we were considering, Dangerous by S.E. Fox. We can still see the system level rank, the median of the branch scores, and 8.8 listed there. But now in my grid template, I see each location. I see the quantity I would have ordinarily assigned, and then I see their branch rank. I see what their actual performance is. So here I could make some small changes if I needed to. Maybe I only want to buy 6 copies total. and I'm able to, kind of reduce or remove those that are maybe not presented or expected to perform as well. It is just a way to make an easy decision within your workflow, but one that is informed by data that is from your own catalog. Here again, we want you to be able to spend without losing track of your budget. We want you to be able to make decisions that are based on how the community is using your collection, and we want to provide you an efficiency. So hopefully this look at branch level ranks will do all of the above. Thank you so much for your time today.